Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. We are back, and on today's video we are talking about safety here in Dominican Republic. And we are touching on this subject today because of emails that we receive of people mentioning or asking about it, comments that we also see or receive, and also based on experience. So before I say anything, let me say, what do you think about safety here in Dominican Republic?
I would say, if I'm comparing it to the United States, I would say that, and this is just my opinion, that it's more safer here, in my opinion, than the United States. Although you still would have to use the same precautions that you would use, for say, if you was in the United States. And the way I look at it is, if I have to be more alert than I was in the United States, then I would consider that, this place is not as safe as the United States. But here, I don't feel like I have to be as alert as I am in the United States. Not saying that I'm not, but, I still, travel with my senses. But there are places that I can go here where, I don't have to worry about, or I'm not looking around over my shoulder. Thinking things are going to pop off. So when it comes to safety, in my opinion, here, I think it's safer here than in the U.S.
Okay, that is something that I usually think about, and think about when, and this is one part of the safety that I want to talk about, that I see and I hear many times from people that are trying to move over here, or they are planning to, when they say, a question that I usually ask is, what do your family think about you moving over here? What do they say? The main thing that they say, they worry, they always say, you be careful. I hear so many things going on over there. I hear this and that. And that is acceptable. I think it is acceptable because you have a family member that is going to a place that is new. They don't know too much about it, that they feel, okay, you need to be extra careful because it's a place that especially if I'm your mother, say it's a place that I don't know. And there is a place that you don't know very well, so you need to be very careful. But it's also very strange for me because I have experienced both culture. But for me, I feel so, I usually immediately I think, okay, they say, be careful over there because you're going over there. But every time that I hear the news or that I put the news on the United States, it's always something crazy going on. It is so many things going on over there. It's not like you don't feel safe anymore there either. Like every time you go somewhere, if you go to supermarket, if you go to a restaurant, if you go to a concert, if you go to school, like everything and anything can pop up any moment. Anything can happen. So you don't feel, you are not safe there anyway. Not anyway, but either. So basically what I'm trying to say, anything can happen to you anywhere you are. And United States is not the safest place to be either. So I don't understand why people say, be careful, because over there they're killing people, because over there this is happening. And here, I do not hear all those type of killing. You hear all the type of crime or things going on over here. Let's say crime or things going on over here, because things do happen over here. But it's not like, okay, this was a mass shooting in this school over here today, on the supermarket today, or so many people kill each other in this neighborhood. These things like that, you don't hear it over here. So this is one type of safety that I hear people talking about.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that is because, Americans, we've got so desensitized to all the violence and the crime that we actually, it used to be a point where there was a mass shooting or something happened, everybody would be up in arms. Not saying that people are not up in arms anymore, because they still are, but it's almost like it's business as usual when you hear about it. It's like, another one? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Wonder when the next one gonna happen. That's the type of mentality.
It's normal.
Yeah, it's almost like it's normal. And so when people think about going to another country, I don't even think that they even believe that it's that type of crime. And I think they think that it's more like this police, militarized state where, people are just being, kind of like controlled or something like that. Because you can't live in the United States and think that the crime there is lower than crime somewhere else. When it's happening almost every day, we're at what, like we're in September, end of September now. It's over 300 and something almost 400 mass shootings in the United States, and that's, we hadn't even made it to the end of the year, so it's over one per day now. You know what I'm saying? We may get two per day, and for people to think that in other countries that this type of stuff is happening, it's just false, because it's not. So like this email I seen that on your channel where a guy was talking about how corrupt the police were and how they want money, and some of them playing drugs. But I'm looking at this like that don't happen in the United States. Police are not corrupt. They're not planting drugs. Most of the police departments in the United States are corrupt.
Now that you are mentioning police here, I'm a reference also to another comment that one time I hear, and I'm not saying that this thing doesn't happen, but I think this people tend to exaggerate things sometimes, a little bit, just a little.
Just a little?
Yeah, just let me put just a little, because this time it is when I hear, let me say it again. I don't know if you have mentioned it before, that I never had bad experience here in Dominican Republic as for police stopping me and asking for money. I haven't had bad experience, somebody robbing me, snapping my phone out of my hand or nothing like that. I don't know if I've been very lucky or what, but none of this stuff happened to me. So when I hear I know that things like that happen, because it hasn't happened to me, but it happened to family members, like taking phone away, things like that. But the first thing is, when you come visit Dominican Republic, if you drive around, you don't see as many police. You see police trucks where they just patrolling, doing their business. You don't have police pursuing you, checking what you're doing, and like that. The most thing that you can see is AMET, which they are a different type of police, just the national police. They are just for traffic control. And they on the street, if you on the phone, if you got driving the phone, that is it's a no. It's phone, driving without seatbelt. They there to control. If they want to put you a ticket, so they're gonna be very watching. And if they wasn't able to catch you right there, they're gonna call the next one that is gonna be right when you pass. That way they stop you. So they are very controlling about that, because they want to put you a ticket. But as for that national police just trying to pursue you on the street or following you or searching, you don't see that often. You see the police truck, but none of that stuff. I mean, they on the street just looking for you. And I remember this comment about this guy saying that he came over here to visit, and he was a rent-a-car. And he said that
he was in a rent-a-car.
Yeah, he was driving a rent-a-car. And he said that the police was able to see that he was a foreigner through the glass. And that he was trying to extortion. I don't remember if it was more than one police that did that to him.
He said it happened multiple times.
Yeah, multiple times. Like they were able to tell that he was a foreigner. And those type of comments just, how, I don't even know. I was supposed to investigate how anybody can know when it's a rent-a-car. Like, police don't know that you drive a rent-a-car. How somebody can tell to the window that you are a foreigner? I was just intrigued about that. Like, we are over here all colored red, and then you are a different type of color. They were able to say, oh, that guy is not from here. It's so many type of shape and different. The way the people look over here, how they can tell that you are a foreigner through the window. So that I found very strange. But anyway, here, because I'm Dominican, but here police are not doing that. Of course, you're gonna find a few police on the street, especially if you driving, like you going out of town, that they probably gonna stop you because they want a little something to eat. But it's not like they on the street. And anybody that had visit here, they visit frequently, they know that, because they be driving over here, if they see the police in the street just driving around, go about their business. Now at night, you probably see them a lot patrolling the area, depending on the area where you are.
You know what I think? Mm-hmm. Lying.
Well, I don't know. That is his experience. It's just I found it very strange. Probably something happened to him. I don't know. But he just make it to me. He make it bigger and he put extra things. That's what I think. I mean, sometimes something happened to you like this. People make it seem like this.
Yeah, you know, nobody's looking through the window. And man, listen, how long we been here? 2.5 years. I drive damn near every day. Well, I wouldn't say every day because I don't drive every day, but I drive a lot. And
by yourself.
And by myself.
Most of the time you drive by yourself. You are not with me.
I've never had a police stop me and they look in my windows when I'm passing by.
I mean, I know what people gonna say.
Yeah.
That we have the same type of shape, that you look Dominican.
Yeah. That's that. You know, that's bullshit too.
And you had traffic
I had a traffic ticket because I was
driving
with the AMET because
AMET.
They thought I had the phone in my hand, but just driving down the street, police, most of the time the police not even paying you no attention. You know what I'm saying?
The regular police,
regular
especially
police
the regular street here with the traffic.
The only police that be looking is AMET because they be trying to give you a ticket. They want to give you a ticket, but the regular police national, they ain't paying you no attention. They're riding around patrolling. If they see anything suspicious, they're not looking for minor violations. You know what I'm saying? They're looking for somebody that's really committing some crimes, or just crime prevention as they just patrol the neighborhood. So.
And talking about safety, that is one thing that people also think, is it the country safe? Because they see so many police cars or they see it in the motorcycle. They believe, that is one thing that they believe, the country is not safe because they see so many police cars. Yeah. And that is not what is, I mean, that is not what is translated to us here. That is how the way that we work here with the police. They just on the street patrolling. But
that and I can say I thought the same thing when I first started coming over here, because you see a lot of security, not just police, but you see armed security at some of the restaurants, McDonald's, supermarkets, and things like that. And I used to think it was unsafe, or you see the police riding around with their shotgun on them, sometimes. And I used to think it was unsafe. Now, since I've been here, I definitely don't feel that way anymore. To me, it's more, I look at it more as prevention. And one thing I like about it is that I had to get, and I don't know if I said this before on your videos, but I would rather those guys have the guns and not the other guys have the guns.
Meaning the people, the regular people?
The regular people have a gun. So yeah, if I see a security guard sitting at the McDonald's or in the supermarket, I'm glad he got a gun. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad he got a gun. But it's not because it's unsafe, it's more like it's prevention. And so when you see, when you walk to some of these supermarkets and you see the police or security guard there, of course banks gonna have them. You already know banks gonna have them. And you may walk, depending on where the McDonald's or the fast food restaurant is, you may see a security guard there armed, but it's only for prevention. It doesn't mean that it's dangerous in there. They just saying, hey, we're gonna prevent people from even trying. And then that kind of leads to the next point that we talked about, is when people come and they see, they go to these neighborhoods and they start seeing burglar bars, fence, wires over the top of the fence, and they immediately think that the place is unsafe, and that's not true. So you can talk about that.
Before we jump to that also when you pick police and security that you was mentioned, I also want to mention about when people see, when you go into supermarket, beside the security guard at the door, you also see people that work at the store be following you around. And that is to prevent just Pett Death. That's what you call it?
Pett Death.
Yes. Yeah. Sometimes if you look for the character of a person suspicious, you don't look like you trying to shop or anything. So sometimes they will be walking around the store, they will be looking at you, and it's just because they probably see you as whatever they call the character for somebody that looks suspicious. Like if you're just walking around too much, you're picking anything, they just start following you to see what you're doing. Right. That's something that happens here very often, and it's not personal. They do that to anybody that looks suspicious. Right. And now, yes, talking about the burglar bar, that is another point about talking about security, because people when they come over here, if they are not used to Dominican Republic, when they see all the houses with a burglar bar at the door, they immediately think, is the place safe? Why they have so many burglar bars?
Talk about your experience personally with Airbnb when somebody wanted to rent the Airbnb and in Arroyo, which is a very decent neighborhood,
Okay.
and what they said.
So this one is about a client. She wanted to rent a house for long term, and when she went to the house, one of the feedback that she did was there was too many burglar bars at the house, and it was unsafe in the area. So that is the reason that I want to say she's not the first person that asked that question when they see the burglar bar here in Dominican Republic. And that is, of course, in some area, it's area here that are unsafe. But that is not the reason that many people have burglar bar, because your neighborhood is unsafe. They do that as a prevention, just in case anybody try to. Because here you see buildings that are 9 floors, 10 floors, they still have their burglar bars in their windows because they want to prevent anything from happening. I don't think Spider-Man is coming to rob anybody here. I don't know who would be able to go up to the 10th floor, 11th, 12th floor just to rob an apartment. Unless there's something max security or something very valuable that you know that is in that place that you're gonna make that wait up there to get that. So no, most often it's the way that we build here in Dominican Republic.
Or used to be.
Or used to build, yeah, because nowadays you don't see that often, especially if you go into the better areas here in Santo Domingo. You don't see as many burglar bars that you used to see before. Now, before, all the houses, like all construction, you see most of them, if you know all of them, have burglar bar at door, windows, and everything. If we just a way of prevention. And before, the way that they used to build here, it wasn't a gated community. Most of the time, it was just community. It was open community, no security outside. Just you have your house, you build your house, you have to secure your house because you don't want anybody to come and rob. So that was the way that people used to build a long time ago. Now you have gated community. You have, if you have a 24 security at your door, I mean, what you need to prevent, and then a building that high, you don't need burglar bar. So that was a way of prevention that people used to build. And of course, like I mentioned, it is some the secure areas. And if you have your standalone home that you don't have a gated community, you want safety. You want to secure and your belongings, anything that you have is valuable for you. So you want to secure, you want to prevent anything.
Yeah, I mean, to add to that, go to Arroyo, where all the nice properties and homes are in Arroyo, and they all have the wire over their fencing. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not because
the wire on top that way to prevent somebody want to jump
climbing over. It's not because it's a bad area, because it's a decent area, a really great area. The problem is that, like she said, they just want to prevent. They don't even want you to try, and it's just a prevention tactic. I know it does make the property look ugly a little bit, you know, when it has that on it. But that's just the way it is, you know. And the funny thing about it is, when a lady asked us that day, you know, well, asked me, and I was there when, you know, when she saw it, I was like, oh, no, it's really safe. You know, it's really a safe neighborhood. She still came back and said that it was made the comment that it was unsafe. But yeah, it's just, I mean, if you come over here to Naco and then Piantini, even in these areas, you're going to see some of the older buildings have burglar bars on them, and you know, and some of the fencing has wires on it. So doesn't mean that the area is unsafe. But then again, there are some areas where you definitely need that on there. But you'll know. First of all, you don't have no business in those areas anyway. If you're coming from America, I don't know why you want to go live in those areas anyway. But in Piantini, Naco, Gasquay, you know, you may see this stuff in those areas, Bayou Vista, but it's not. That doesn't mean that it's unsafe. Like she said, it's just the way they used to build back in the day. I mean, that house has been rented out at Airbnb.
I've never had no problem.
Never had no problem, especially not like that. Never had any problem. So
I think that's, in regards to safety, I think that is most of I think I have spoke about everything that I have that I wanted to touch based on the comments that we have.
And another reason why we decided to, make this video is because, we see comments, not necessarily on our channel, or her channel, but other people's channel, where people, make comments like, oh, appreciate you not sugarcoating the Dominican Republic. And we also had a comment from someone saying that, you act like Dominican Republic's paradise and it's blah, blah, blah. And when reality is that, when you look at her, when you go to her main channel, it says Dominican culture, lifestyle, real estate. And that's what we talk about. We talk about those three topics. When things happen to us, that are negative, like when we had the break-in at our restaurant, that happened to us personally. We spoke three times, and we spoke on it. We even showed you video of the person going in.
And we said the police didn't do anything.
And we even said the police didn't even do anything. So we speak on things that happen to us. Now, if you're expecting us to speak on stuff that happened to somebody or if somebody comes and say, hey, this happened to me, we're not going to speak on that. That's not our lifestyle. We're talking about our lifestyle. Not that we don't want to touch on, some general or some specific topics, but everything we don't feel a need to report on. Like we received a comment the other day where a guy he sounded upset to me because you wasn't reporting on the border, and he was like, he was wondering when other Dominican YouTube was going to report on what was going on at the border. And he gave a shout out to another YouTuber that was talking about that situation. And when me and you spoke about it, we was like, number one, if you want to know what's going on at the border, Google it, Go, they have news channels here, go watch the news. She's not a journalist. You go to her channel, it says real estate, Dominican culture, lifestyle, not news. So if you want to know about the economy, you want to know about race, religion, politics, you need to go watch the news. What we do is, if there's something that we feel that's going to impact you guys as travelers here or visitors here or the ones who currently live in here, then of course we're going to talk about it. What's going on at the border is not going to affect 99.9% of the travelers here in Dominican Republic. Coming to Dominican Republic. So there's no reason for us to report on that. And like you said, you said you don't have enough knowledge as to what's actually going on. I think the only thing they want you to do is what they really want is they want to see what her thoughts is
about the problem and about our neighbors Haiti. That's all these people want to know.
So they can find out.
They don't care about the problem. Don't believe that most people don't care about the problem. They just care about what I have to say. If her thoughts
align with theirs, and if it doesn't, then they want to get in the comment section and start typing and thumb thugging.
But my channel is, like I always say, I don't talk about religion, I don't talk about politics, I don't talk about sport, I don't talk about none of those subjects on my channel.
You said sports?
Yeah.
Oh, sports. You don't talk about sports?
I don't talk about sport.
Well, okay. Yeah.
Do I talk about sport?
No, you don't. You like LeBron, though, don't you?
I do like LeBron.
Okay, all right. We'll talk about LeBron every now and then.
No, but those subjects that are, those I don't talk about, and I talk about our experience, I talk about Dominican culture, things that you can do for entertainment here, which is lifestyle and things like that. This is what my channel is about. And to talk about those problems, I don't have enough knowledge to talk about none of that. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into it because the only thing that I can say is my opinion. Yeah, at the end of the day, my opinion doesn't matter. What I think about it doesn't matter because I'm not the decision maker. I can do nothing about that.
And they can't.
And I don't even understand really the problem to even talk about it. If you want to know about the news and the bad thing is how many people kill and all that, you can Google it. You can go see so many news channels. My channel is on a new channel. My channel is something else. It's about something else, not about reporting news about here in Dominican Republic. What I talk about is my experience. I have mentioned it before. Unfortunately, or fortunately for me, I haven't had bad experience over here for me to talk about. I cannot talk about how many people get killed daily, the drug, how they passing drug from one side to another side, how in that neighborhood they robbed that place last night, or how this happened over here, because I don't live in those neighborhoods. I don't know what's going on there. If that would have been happening over here where I am and my experience, I experienced it, I will say what I experienced. But that is not my experience. That is not what I experience it right now. So I'm not going to be reporting on something else that happened to somebody else. And of course, like he said, if it's something that I see there is something going on actually in the moment in the Dominican Republic that is affecting people, that come, affecting in general. Yeah, of course I can talk about it, say this is going on, be careful, don't come, stop this or that. But other than that, everything else, I mean, if you want to know what happened in that neighborhood, because it's a okay neighborhood, you trying to move over there, or you have your girlfriend over there, or something like that, if you want to investigate what's going on over there, Google it, or call somebody else, or turn on the news to see what's going on over there, because that is not what I do. That is not my job. I'm sorry.
Because like the time where the U.S. was giving out that warning about blacks coming over here, because the Dominican Republic was arresting people and this, that. She spoke on that. She spoke on that because she felt like that was going to affect people who were traveling here. But what's going on now just doesn't have an effect on people that's traveling here. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't have effect on anybody.
Yeah, because it have to affect.
Because it has an effect. Matter of fact, it's having an effect on Dominican too.
You know how much money go to that border every day, Dominican, for Dominican and Haitians too, for both of them. It is a border. What is a border? It's business going on for both countries, and they losing money. So it's not all positive. It is affecting a lot of people, and a lot of people are mad about it, even Dominicans, and everybody's have the reason that it's affecting their lifestyle or their livelihood. Some people, so it is, but I also don't have enough knowledge to talk about that. If I was just, because it's just affecting Haiti and Haitians, I don't want to talk about it, but it's affecting both sides. But I don't know enough about it. And then, like I said, my opinion doesn't gonna do anything. It's not gonna resolve the problem.
So don't think we're trying to sugarcoat what goes on in Dominican Republic because we don't talk about it. Like I say, you always, if you want to know something, you can Google it. Go to your YouTuber who likes to talk about things like that. But over here, that's not something we do. To me personally, those topics like that are just divisive. Anytime you get into politics, you get into race, you get into religion, it's just divisive. It only thing it does, it strikes the chord of the people of the lowest denominator to get in your comment section just to start arguing about things. And that's not what we want our comment section to be, toxic. So, if you're looking for those type of things, trust me, I'm sure there's a lot of YouTubers that you can watch where you can be as toxic as you want to be and discuss all these things. But here at Norberis' channel, that's not going to happen.
Amen. So, I think we have set enough tonight. What do you think?
Hell no, I want to keep going.
Oh my God. No. I think that's all we have right now. That has been no say. So guys, thank you for watching this video. And also, if you have an opinion or a comment about what we said today, you can leave it down below. But other than that, that is all what we have for right now. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and also share. And we will see you in our next one.
Peace.
Bye.